A version of you that's freer, lighter, more abundant, already living the life you've imagined. And maybe you've wondered, if it's real, why can't I touch it? Why does it feel just out of reach, like a dream you can't quite remember? Here's the truth most people miss, that higher reality isn't somewhere far away. It's not hidden in another lifetime or buried in years of hard work. It's right here. It exists in the quantum field, a limitless ocean of possibilities, and it's already holding the version of your life you've been searching for. The problem? You've been trained to navigate the world using only the five senses, to believe that reality is solid, fixed, unchangeable. But physics tells us something very different. At the deepest level, reality isn't solid at all. It's energy. It's frequency. It's information shifting and reorganizing itself based on the signal you send. Right now, you are broadcasting a frequency into the quantum field, whether you're aware of it or not. That frequency is built from your thoughts, your emotions, your expectations, and even your memories. And the field? It simply mirrors it back to you, not as an idea, but as the reality you walk through every day. Here's where it gets fascinating. The higher reality you crave is already vibrating in the quantum field. It's not waiting to be created, it's waiting to be accessed. And the key to unlocking it is not working harder or wanting it more. It's shifting your state of being to match it. Most people try to change their lives from the outside in more effort, more struggle, more control. But the quantum field doesn't respond to effort. It responds to coherence. When your mind, emotions, and energy are broadcasting in harmony, when you become an exact vibrational match to that higher reality, the field has no choice but to rearrange itself around you. This isn't about pretending or faking positivity. It's about stepping into a precise alignment that makes the higher reality inevitable. Because in the quantum field, you don't wait for your dreams. You step into the version of you that already lives them, and reality follows in. This video, we're going to uncover exactly how to do that. We'll explore the mechanics of the quantum field, why most people never access the higher realities available to them, and the step-by-step process for shifting your frequency so that you can. Because the question is not whether the higher reality exists. It does. The real question is, are you ready to send the signal that unlocks it? If you want to access the higher reality waiting for you. In the quantum field, you first need to understand what's really holding you back. It's not your circumstances. It's not lack of opportunities. It's not even bad luck. It's the invisible blueprint you're broadcasting every second into the field. Think of your current reality as a reflection in a mirror. You can try to change the reflection all you want, but until you change what's standing in front of the mirror, nothing shifts. The same is true in the quantum. The field is the mirror. Your state of being is the image. Here's where most people get trapped. They try to project a frequency of abundance while running on the subconscious program of scarcity. They try to send out a signal of peace while carrying years of stored tension in their nervous system. The result? Static. The signal is scrambled, and the field mirrors that incoherence right back. So the first step is to become aware of your current signal. Not just the thoughts you think, but the emotions you leave in. Because the quantum field doesn't just read your conscious mind, it responds to the totality of your vibration. Ask yourself, what's my dominant emotional climate? Do I wake up in anticipation or in worry? Do I walk through the day in trust or in control? These emotional patterns are the carrier waves that tell the field what reality to organize around you. Once you've identified your current broadcast, you can begin the recalibration. And here's the key. You don't try to force your way into a higher frequency, you tune into it. Like a radio station that's always been there, you simply shift the dial. How? By embodying the state of the version of you who already lives in that higher reality. This isn't about imagining for 5 minutes and then going back to old patterns. It's about consistently signaling the same coherent frequency until the field has no choice but to lock onto it. That means regulating your nervous system so your body believes the new reality is safe. Choosing thoughts that align with where you're going, not where you've been. Feeling the emotions of your desired reality now, before any physical evidence appears. The quantum field is impartial. It doesn't reward effort. It responds to precision. When your inner world becomes a clear, stable transmission of the reality you choose, the external has no option but to align. And here's the part that changes everything. You don't need to know how the shift will happen. That's the field's job. Your job is to hold the signal, steady, unwavering, certain, because the higher reality you want isn't created by chasing it. It's unlocked by becoming the version of you who's already there. And the moment your frequency matches that version, the moment you are broadcasting it, without doubt, the quantum field collapses the wave into form. In the next part, we're going deeper into the science of why this works, the physics that bridges the mystical and the measurable, and the hidden reason most people sabotage their own quantum access without even knowing it. To understand how to access the higher reality waiting for you in the quantum field, you need to know this. Your body is not just a collection of cells. It's a broadcasting system constantly sending out information in the form of electromagnetic signals. Every thought you think produces a chemical reaction. That chemical reaction creates an emotion, and that emotion generates an electrical and magnetic field around your body. This is not philosophy. It's measurable science. Your heart produces the largest electromagnetic field in your body, stronger than your brain's. It can be detected several feet away. Every beat of your heart is broadcasting data, your emotional state, your sense of safety or danger into the space around you. The quantum field is that space. It's the invisible ocean in which every particle, every possibility, exists in potential. Here's the crucial point. The field doesn't just store possibilities. It responds to coherence. When your thoughts and emotions are misaligned, your signal is chaotic. That chaos blurs the pattern you're trying to project. But when your thoughts, emotions, and physiology align, when you enter a state of elevated emotion, combined with clear intention, your signal sharpens. It becomes a precise address in the field, and reality organizes around it. This is why people can meditate in one part of the world and influence physical systems thousands of miles away. It's why quantum experiments show that the observer changes the outcome simply by focusing attention. The field doesn't just passively exist, it's participatory. It responds to the quality of your consciousness. But here's the hidden challenge. Your nervous system has been programmed by years, sometimes decades of repetitive emotional states: fear, doubt, overthinking. These states are not just feelings. They're neurological habits. And a habitually stressed system can't sustain the signal of a higher reality long enough for it to materialize. That's why accessing the quantum isn't about occasional bursts of positivity. It's about reconditioning your entire body to live in the frequency of your desired reality until it becomes your default. Imagine your desired reality is a radio station. It's broadcasting right now. But if you're tuned to a different frequency, you'll never hear it no matter how loudly it plays. The quantum works the same way. Your job is not to make the station appear. It's to match your internal dial to its exact vibration and stay there. And this is where most people unknowingly sabotage themselves. They set the dial during a meditation, a journal session, or a burst of inspiration. But then, within hours, they let old patterns pull them back. The dial drifts. The signal weakens. The higher reality slips back into potential. To hold that signal, you need more than willpower. You need a system, a way to train your body, your mind, and your emotions to remain in coherence, regardless of circumstances. In the next part, we'll explore exactly how to do that. The practical, repeatable steps that allow you to tune your frequency and lock onto it. So the reality you've been chasing has no choice but to come find you. If the quantum field is a vast ocean of infinite possibilities, then accessing the higher reality within it is not about swimming harder. It's about learning to move with precision. Step 1. Stillness. Most people skip this because it sounds too simple. But here's the truth. If your nervous system is constantly in fight or flight, your energy is locked in survival. And survival energy cannot connect with creation energy. Your first task is to quiet the noise, to signal to your body that it is safe, that it can shift from defense to expansion. This isn't just relaxation, it's recalibration. Step 2. Clarity. The quantum field responds to specificity. Vague wishes create vague results. If your desired reality is undefined, the field has nothing precise to reflect back to you. Clarity is not just a mental list, it's a full sensory blueprint. What would this reality feel like in your body? What would it look like in detail? The more vividly you construct this internal model, the stronger your signal becomes. Step 3. Emotional encoding. Here's where most manifestation advice gets it wrong. They tell you to visualize without anchoring the emotion. But the field doesn't read your images, it reads the frequency behind them. When you generate the exact emotional state of your desired reality, gratitude, peace, joy before it arrives, you're sending a coherent signal that says, I already have this. And in the language of the quantum, that's the ultimate command. Step 4. Embodiment. This is the point where thought becomes matter. It's not enough to think differently during your morning practice. You must be different throughout your day. Every choice, every movement, every conversation becomes an opportunity to broadcast your new frequency. If you want abundance, speak, act, and give like someone who already lives in it. If you want love, treat yourself and others as if it's already surrounding you. This creates alignment across thought, emotion, and action, and the field recognizes that as coherence. Step 5. Sustained resonance. This is the hardest part for most, because the moment external reality challenges your internal state, the old program wants to take over. But this is where transformation happens. When you choose to hold the new frequency despite the evidence around you, you're telling the field, this is who I am now. And the field will eventually rearrange itself to match you. Each of these steps is simple to understand, but their power lies in consistent application. They are not quick fixes. They are a new operating system. And like any system, the more you run it, the more stable it becomes. In the next section, we'll break down how to integrate these steps into your daily life, so you're not just visiting the higher reality in fleeting moments, but living there as your new normal. Most people treat their higher reality like a vacation spot. They visit it briefly in meditation, in a moment of inspiration, then return to the familiar territory of their current life. But the higher reality in the quantum field isn't a place you go. It's a state you inhabit. And to stay there, you have to make it your home. Here's what that looks like in real life. When the alarm clock goes off, you don't just drag yourself into the day on autopilot. You pause, eyes still closed, and reconnect with the blueprint of your higher reality. You remember the emotional frequency you're choosing to live in. Gratitude for the abundance you know is already yours. Confidence in the opportunities already unfolding. You rise from bed as if you're stepping into that reality, because you are as you move through your morning. Every action becomes a 9. Anchor. The coffee you pour isn't just a habit, it's a moment to embody presence. The commute to work isn't wasted time, it's a moving meditation where you rehearse your higher self. You're not waiting for the external proof. You're generating the internal proof with every breath. Inevitably, the old reality will try to pull you back. The email that frustrates you, the bill that makes you anxious, the unexpected problem. That shakes your focus. And here is where most people lose their signal. But in this new way of living, you use these moments as training. Instead of reacting from the old frequency, you pause. You ask, how would the version of me in that higher reality respond right now? And then you respond that way. Even if it feels unnatural at first, even if your mind screams it's not real yet, you choose the new frequency anyway. This is not pretending. This is broadcasting. You are showing the quantum field exactly who you've become. And the field, which always mirrors coherence, will begin rearranging circumstances to match you. Throughout the day, you reinforce this through micro moments of awareness. A deep breath before speaking. A silent thank you for something small. A smile when you could have frowned. These shifts are subtle, but they accumulate, rewiring your nervous system, strengthening your emotional baseline, deepening your resonance with the higher reality. And here's the paradox. The more you live as if, the less you feel the need to manifest anything. Because you're no longer chasing the reality, you're embodying it. And when embodiment becomes effortless, the quantum field delivers without resistance. In the next section, we'll go deeper into the science behind why this works. How your brain and body literally reprogram themselves to match the higher frequency. And why, once that switch is made, accessing the quantum field stops being a practice and starts being your natural way of existing. When people hear higher reality or quantum field, they often picture something mystical, light, colors, infinite space. And yes, it can feel that way. But underneath the poetry, there's a science. An understanding that science is what turns fleeting inspiration into a repeatable skill. The quantum field is not somewhere out there. It is the invisible matrix of energy and information that makes up everything. Every atom, every cell, every thought you have is part of it. Physics tells us that at the subatomic level, reality exists as a wave of possibilities until it's observed. Your observation, your focus collapses that wave into a specific outcome. Now, here's the breakthrough most people miss. Your body is not just a passenger in this process. It's a broadcasting tower. Your nervous system sends a constant signal, an electromagnetic frequency, into the field. That signal is made up of your thoughts, yes, but even more powerfully, your emotions. Because emotions carry far more energy than thoughts alone. When you feel gratitude, your heart produces a smooth, coherent electromagnetic wave. When you feel fear, frustration, or lack, your heart sends jagged, incoherent signals. The quantum field doesn't judge these signals. It simply mirrors them back. This is why thinking positive without changing how you feel rarely works. Your words may say abundance, but your body is broadcasting scarcity. Neuroscience adds another piece to the puzzle. Every time you think and feel the same way, you reinforce neural pathways in your brain. Your brain becomes wired for that pattern, whether it's stress, doubt, or joy. If your old patterns are rooted in limitation, your body will keep producing chemicals that match that state, keeping you locked in the same frequency. Accessing the higher reality means breaking that loop. It means interrupting the habitual thoughts and emotions that keep you tethered to the old version of yourself and replacing them with the thoughts, feelings, and actions of the self who already lives in the reality you desire. This is not just a mental exercise, it's physical reprogramming. The moment you consistently produce a new emotional state like gratitude, confidence, or love, your brain starts pruning old neural connections and building new ones. Your heart and brain sync into a coherent rhythm. And suddenly, the signal you're sending into the quantum field changes. The possibilities available to you shift. You start attracting people, opportunities, and synchronicities that match your new broadcast. The beauty of this? You don't have to force the outcome. Once the shift in your internal frequency is stable, the external world reorganizes naturally. It's not magic, it's physics and biology working together. In the next section, we'll break down the practical steps to trigger this shift. How to train your body to live in the frequency of your higher reality until it becomes your new default signal to the quantum field. That's when access stops being temporary and becomes permanent. Imagine this. You close your eyes and the sound of your everyday life begins to fade. The hum of the refrigerator, the distant noise of traffic, the endless churn of your own thoughts all dissolve into a stillness so complete it feels alive. It's not an absence of sound. It's a deeper kind of silence, one that hums with potential, vibrating just beneath the edge of perception. It's as if the air around you has thickened, not heavy, but charged. Every molecule seems to be pulsing, waiting, holding a secret. And in this charged space, you realize something profound. You are standing at the edge of two worlds. One of them is the life you know all too well, the one built from habits, expectations, and the limits you've quietly agreed to live within. It's a world of familiar patterns, familiar struggles, familiar outcomes. It's not bad, but it is predictable, and predictable means bound by the past. The other is different. It's not a place you can walk to. It doesn't appear on any map. And yet, it's so close you could reach out and touch it if only you knew how. This second world is the higher reality within the quantum field. It's a reality that already exists in parallel to the one you live in now. And yet, it operates on a completely different frequency. It's lighter, more fluid. It feels less like something to achieve and more like something to remember. Here's what most people don't realize. The doorway between these two realities is not guarded by force, effort, or achievement. It's unlocked by resonance. It responds to the total frequency of your being, not to your wishes, not to your rituals, not even to your conscious intentions. And that means you can't push your way in. You can't fake the signature you send into the field. You can only tune it, like a radio dial that finally finds the right station. Access happens when you match the frequency of the reality you wish to step into. This attunement isn't about one big, dramatic moment of breakthrough. It's about a steady, almost imperceptible shift that, over time, becomes impossible to ignore. It's the sudden ease you feel in situations that used to drain you. It's the way opportunities start showing up without you having to hunt them down. It's how the heaviness that used to define your mornings simply isn't there anymore. And perhaps the most astonishing part? You start to notice that the higher reality has been here all along, woven into the invisible architecture of your everyday life. It wasn't hiding from you. You were simply tuned to a different channel. Right now, in this very moment, the signal of that higher reality is brushing past you. It's here, in the spaces between your thoughts. It's in the stillness behind the noise. It's not calling to you with words. It's pulling you with the quiet certainty of truth. But resonance is a choice, not a one-time decision, but a continual returning. Each moment is an opportunity to tune closer, to step deeper, to let the static fall away until only the signal remains. So here you stand, one foot in the world you've always known, the other poised to step into the reality that's been waiting for you all along. And the question now is no longer if it's possible. It's whether you will choose to walk through the door. The higher reality is not somewhere far away. It's not waiting for you on the other side of years of work, or hidden in some mystical place only a chosen few can reach. It is here, woven into the fabric of this moment, pulsing beneath the surface of everything you see. The quantum field does not care about the story of your past. It doesn't measure your worth by the mistakes you've made or the years you've lost. It responds only to one thing, the frequency you embody right now. And this is where the shift happens. Not in the future, not someday, but here, because the quantum field only operates in the eternal present. Every second you spend waiting for change is a second you are broadcasting the signal of not yet. And not yet is exactly what the field will mirror back to you. But the moment you decide fully, with every part of your being, that you already are the person who lives in that higher reality, the field reorganizes around you. It's not magic, it's physics. The blueprint of that life is already encoded in the field, like a frequency waiting for the right receiver. And the moment you match it, you don't just attract it, you step into it, not think about what. That means the abundance you've been chasing, already here. The peace you've been craving, already here. The opportunities, the relationships, the purpose that lights your soul on fire, they're not waiting for you to earn them. They're waiting for you to tune to them. And tuning is not about constant effort. It's about coherence. It's about clearing the static of fear, doubt, and unworthiness until only the signal of your desired reality remains. This is not an external hunt. It's an internal alignment. So pause for a moment. Feel the weight of this truth. There is nothing between you and the higher reality but the signal you are sending right now. Every breath, every thought, every choice is either amplifying your resonance or pulling you out of tune. The invitation of the quantum field is simple. Stop chasing. Start becoming. Stop asking, when will it happen? And start embodying the reality in this very moment. Because the version of you who has already arrived is not waiting. It's here now, ready to take your place if you allow it. From this moment forward, every time you feel doubt creep in, remember, the field is not deciding for you. You are deciding for the field. You are broadcasting the instructions for your reality with every heartbeat. And the higher reality is not ignoring you. It's listening. It's responding. It's already reaching out to meet you. The question is, will you keep sending the signal of the life you've outgrown? Or will you, right now, step fully into the frequency of the life that has been calling your name since the beginning? The doorway is open. The signal is strong. All that's left is for you to walk through